to the Beer vs. Mancast, Episode 2. The official Bear vs. Man bonus episode, where we talk about even less video games than usual.
Even less.
Which I didn't think was possible, but we did it. We did it for you guys. And the way that we
doing
did
it right
that,
now.
the way that we did it is by drinking. We drink.
I'm drinking.
I'm drinking. We drink alcohol until we can't quite remember what we're doing,
Okay. Yep.
and then we turn on a microphone and we just talk it out.
Yeah.
That's this. But it's Christmas time as far as you're concerned.
It's a holly jolly beer.
And as with everyone in this country, let's say, it's a busy time.
Yeah, America.
So we didn't know if we'd have time to, between wrapping gifts and things like that, we didn't have time. We'd have a really good discussion about video games. So
Yes.
I hope you guys like this. We're gonna spend a little time just bullshitting about nothing. Spend a little bit of time talking about some of the questions that you guys sent us so graciously, and hopefully everybody just has a good time, kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
Does that sound cool with you, Ryan?
Yes.
Okay, because your name is Ryan.
Hi. That's Nick. He's over there.
Yeah, I'm over here.
He's not here, but he's over there.
No, I don't know if you guys know that. Oh shit!
Oh shit, dog.
Sorry, that went down a little bit bad. I don't know if you guys know that about us, but we don't. Ryan and I don't like being in the same room together, so we just.
No, Nick smells
like flowers. I also have to apologize a little bit because I just recently developed a little bit of a cold.
You better not.
It kind of popped up. So the other day, I was going to bed and my throat was a little bit scratchy, but I couldn't tell if it was just dry or if it was scratchy. So it turns out it was scratchy. And so
No.
I'm trying to fight it off. I'm taking all sorts of vitamin C and Zicam, stuff like that, zinc, to help me reduce the severity of my rhinovirus. But
rhinovirus. That's
but,
the one that gives you, like, dead.
it gives me
you dead.
It gives me super thick, like, gray skin
Oh.
and a horn.
And then they have to send you to Africa.
Yeah, I don't want to do that though, so I'm trying to fight it off with vitamin C, and we'll see how that
Gotcha.
goes. But
Okay.
also, alcohol, I'm pretty sure reduces the effectiveness of your immune system. Can you confirm this?
I heard if you do 2 shots of tequila and suck a lime, you won't be sick tomorrow. That's what I heard.
Oh, me and tequila do not get along.
Nick, why don't you just drink 8 beers?
I may have done that already.
Oh, well, all right. So you're fine. You're good. You're going to be fine.
Okay, because I heard that like alcohol dries out your body and just makes your immune system unhappy, and it's just really not a good idea necessarily to do it.
No, none of that is true.
Oh, I heard that was true.
No, none of that is true. I'm a professional chef.
Okay, sorry. Yeah,
None of that is
that
true.
is well, that part is true. But I don't know if I can take your
None of that
advice
is
on
true.
this subject.
Yes, you should take
Ryan,
it.
what you drinking?
I'm drinking a Heineken Spectre 007 edition. 12 fluid ounce lager beer.
The champagne of beers.
It's okay. Nope, that's not. I have some champagne of beers. I may drink one later.
Is that Miller High
But-
Life?
That is Miller High Life, the champagne of beers.
For the longest
You know
time,
what?
I thought it was-
read? You know what I read
What?
recently?
What?
It used to be called the champagne of bottled beer.
Really?
Yeah, but then they
said,
changed
you know
it.
what? You know what? We ramped up the quality, and we don't need the qualifier anymore. We're just the champagne of beer.
We're the champagne of beer.
You know, I genuinely don't know what they mean by that sentiment of the champagne of beers. I don't know what they mean by that.
This is something I can tell you.
Okay, please.
Tell
me.
The quality of beer that they're looking for is one that is incredibly bubbly, like champagne. That's the only thing.
But okay, so what separates the bubbles of a champagne from the bubbles of a sparkling wine created in this style of sparkling wine from Champagne, France?
A bunch of silly French laws.
Okay, but you're saying that Miller is looking at the French laws to understand.
All I'm saying is that Miller High Life is wicked bubbly, and so is champagne.
Is it particularly bubbly? Would you say that for real?
I would find that. I would definitely
more bubbly
say that's true.
than 007 Spectre Heineken limited edition.
Most
12-ounce
definitely.
lager beer.
Most
what
definitely.
About, more sparkly than Land Shark Island style lager.
That was a bad beer.
You don't like Land Shark?
No, I'm not into it. It tastes like shitty Corona.
I feel like, but the Corona's like your favorite beer.
I know, so I'll just drink Corona.
Drink Corona Extra?
I do, exclusively. I
With
don't drink
lime?
like I whenever possible, but I can live without the lime.
I like the lime. I love a good Corona Extra, man.
Good. Fucking Corona Extra is tight beer out of 10. That's fucking good.
Yeah, imported from Mexico.
Yeah, dog.
Even though they use extract to make their beer, and their CEO is a woman. That's
what does
fine.
that to do with anything?
I'm just saying that's cool. It's fine.
Is
their
it?
beer's really good. Well, I'll tell you what I'm drinking.
What are you drinking?
Sadness.
Okay. Yep.
I'm drinking Smutty Nose Finest Kind IPA.
I think I know that beer.
I'm technically double fisting it because I have another drink right next to it.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah, I'm getting
what
crazy.
Is it?
So this is a glass of let's say wine.
Let's
but
say wine.
It's not actually wine. It's Vlad's famous quick sangria.
Is it really famous? Is the recipe published on the internet?
Not yet, but I could probably make that happen. I should make a website about sangria.
Yep.
It's basically just white wine with triple sec and a little lime juice. And I'm just like, boom, sangria.
That's kind of like sangria.
It's pretty much sangria.
Yeah. You don't put any fruit in it?
I would if I had the time, but sometimes I just need sangria right now. And all I have is lime juice and triple sec and wine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I'm gonna drink this beer as quickly as possible so my sangria doesn't get warm.
Ooh, that's a good call. That's a good call.
I've kind of been drinking for a little bit now. I just had a little bit of dinner with my family, which meant that beers were partaken of.
Yes.
So that's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's time to not talk about video games.
Ooh. Which
is going to be a stretch for us because we usually are so diligent to only talk about video and never branch out into anything about sandwiches or anything. Like we never
in a million years.
I don't even want to talk about sandwiches.
No.
I don't have anything to add to the conversation about sandwiches.
I definitely don't. Not this week.
I just wanted to reinforce the concept that a burrito is not a sandwich.
Yep. All right.
It's just something that it's one of the tenets of Bear vs. Man.
Burrito's not a sandwich. Bear vs. Man official opinion.
Oh, that's our official stance on it.
Yeah.
Would you feel comfortable saying that a calzone is a sandwich, however?
No, I am not.
All right, well, we can discuss that later, because I think that a calzone is a sandwich.
Oh, you dirty motherfucker.
Yeah, but I know. I mean, we have creative differences here at Bear vs. Man. That just is something that happens, but
Yep, that's true.
we'll get through it. We're gonna
All right, well,
we'll get through the sandwich discussion someday. I mean, maybe
Maybe.
today's not the day, but today it's getting close to Christmas. Which
I've heard of this Christmas.
I've heard of this Christmas. Well, you don't really give a shit about Christmas.
I'm indifferent to Christmas.
Would you say that? So you'd say that that's true, that you don't give a shit about Christmas?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what do you? I mean, you don't get like anxious or excited or happy as Christmas draws near. Like you really don't care.
No, I'm dead inside, so no. Everything it's kind of just
Well,
like fucking whatever.
I did
Christmas.
I did know that you were dead inside, but I thought that even those sorts of people could enjoy Christmas.
It's not that I don't enjoy Christmas, it's just like I don't want to make a big deal out of Christmas.
I guess I don't want to make a big deal out of Christmas either. It just happens that way. You gotta buy gifts for people and tell people what gifts you want sometimes and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's that.
And
I'm just
sometimes
like,
decorate. But I know you're not gonna catch you doing any of that decoration stuff.
I don't decorate. I don't.
I don't necessarily either, but I do like a good Christmas decoration. Within the right parameters.
I want exactly one particularly nice looking nutcracker.
I guess more than parameters, I mean time frame. So, like, if your Christmas decorations are up before Christmas or before Thanksgiving,
Please leave.
Game over. Like, that's not even cool. Like,
Yeah.
get
that shit out of here.
Black Friday is the absolute earliest it's acceptable to have anything Christmas related up. Then if it's New Year's and that shit is still up, stop. Like, that's not.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Most
not
definitely.
cool. That's not cool.
Yeah.
But in that period of December, November 27th, 28th, 26th, whatever, until January 1st.
Mm-hmm.
I do appreciate a good Christmas decoration in that period of time.
Like I said, one good looking nutcracker.
And in that period of time, I do like to listen to a little bit of Christmas music. I'll break out like a little Trans-Siberian Orchestra or something.
Yep,
for like
that's
a
big.
night. Pop in a solid like Yule log fireplace with cheesy Christmas music on my TV and pretend that it's a fireplace. And that's kind of fun for a night.
Yeah. Mm-hmm,
And then
sure.
like I gotta watch Elf. And then I'm good.
Elf is pretty okay.
Elf is the only Christmas movie I give a shit about. Although, Ryan, have you ever seen the Muppet Family Christmas?
I don't think so.
So, Muppet Family Christmas is the most magical thing ever. It's like the Muppets plus Sesame Street plus Fraggle Rock all
Sounds
in
pretty
one Christmas extravaganza.
That's like all the Muppet things.
It results, so there's hilarious moments, so basically everyone goes to visit Fozzie's mom. They go for Christmas. And my favorite interaction, because it's a hilarious crossover, my favorite interaction is when the Swedish chef tries to cook Big Bird. Because he's like, he's like, he's like, I'm gonna cook this turkey, and then he sees Big Bird, and he's like, fuck that, I'm gonna cook that motherfucker now, and it's awesome, it's so good, but that thing doesn't exist because of international copyright laws.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially because, did you know Sesame Street's owned by HBO now?
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wasn't that shit like a PBS jam for?
Yeah, and they're still going to show it on PBS, but it's going to be different. They're getting like a whole new set, and they're using HBO money and showing HBO like first. But it's
That HBO money, dog.
It's it's for real. Yeah, it's crazy. But it's like, but like Sesame Street and the Muppets and all that stuff. It's not just owned by one, it's not just owned by the Jim Henson Corporation anymore. It's like way more complicated than that. So it's hard to find a copy of Muppet Family Christmas, but I have very fond memories of that Christmas special. I kind of want to watch it this year. I also want to watch.
You should.
I also want to watch Die Hard because that's also
Die Hard
Christmas
is
movie.
officially, the only Christmas movie that matters.
That's straight up canon. That is a Christmas movie that is relevant. I've not seen the entirety of Die Hard. I certainly have not seen the entirety of Die Hard on Christmas. So I need to.
Ready? I have Die Hard on Blu-ray. We should drink a lot of beer and watch it.
All right, I'm gonna clear some time, like closer to Christmas. Although it is, as far as the listener is concerned, close to Christmas now. A little bit clear to Christmas. I'm gonna clear some time and make that happen because I'm done with my Christmas shopping. I think.
I also think I'm done.
I just ordered a bunch of stuff online. I went to a bunch of liquor stores and bought a bunch of beer for my family, and now I'm pretty sure I'm pretty much done. So I'm going to wrap it like within the next 7 to 10 days, I hope. And then just like chill. Like wait for Christmas.
Yeah.
It's going to be sick. We're going to watch Die Hard.
I want to watch Die Hard. I want to drink beer. And we're going to watch Die Hard.
Cool. Let's just stream us watching Die Hard.
I was gonna say, did they make streaming movies illegal?
That's super illegal. Not super illegal. Like the FBI is not gonna like pull up in a van outside your home if you do that. But like, Twitch will take you down. Twitch is a video game streaming service.
So from my understanding, we can in fact put up a video on YouTube of a windowed version of Die Hard, as long as we put up as long as we have the camera of us watching Die Hard on the screen the whole time. I believe this is a valid use of
fair use is
yes.
A very interesting subject.
It's a fickle mistress.
Yes. Thank you, Ryan. That's perfect.
Yes.
Fair use is a fickle mistress. So I would say yes, that would fall into the category. So one of the things that fair use covers is criticism. Mm-hmm. And so if we basically MST 3000 Die Hard, and we're like being critical of it and that sort of thing, like parodying / being critical of it, those two things, parody and criticism are two things that are covered under fair use.
Yep.
I would say, like, in the eyes of the law, if we really went to court over it, we would probably be good.
Mm-hmm.
But YouTube is not an international court of law. And although they've recently adjusted their stance on what isn't, or like, they've always known what fair use is, but they've recently adjusted their stance on saying, like, listen, guys, copyright claims are one thing, but fair use is still fair use, which they've done pretty recently.
Right.
Although they do that, I don't think we're at the point where we wouldn't get copyright claim from NBC Universal or Fox, Hollywood Pictures, whoever owns the rights to Die Hard.
Yes.
That's still very much a copyrighted, we basically just be distributing it on the internet.
So it's
gray. It's mad gray.
Yeah. I think the thing we can do that would be fun is to record us watching Die Hard and then release it as like director's commentary.
Yes, that we can definitely do.
I think that'd be hilarious.
And it's just like, if you have a copy of Die Hard that you acquired legally,
Yep.
please put that in your DVD player and then start playing this.
Yep.
That is 100% legal.
We should do that. Also, we said it on a podcast, so now we have to do it.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so down for that. Like, you don't even know.
Yep.
I've never seen Die Hard either, so
You've never seen Die Hard for real?
I've seen parts of Die Hard. I've never seen it in its entirety. And one time I watched a YouTube video that was Die Hard recreated by pug puppies.
Wow, that sounds pretty good.
That's pretty all right, man.
Yeah, that sounds pretty
Speaking
good.
of which, I saw a video this morning that I need to send you because I woke up this morning at 8 o'clock and I cruised Twitter. I saw this video and I literally just felt like the craziest person in the world. I just was laughing at it hysterically, and I thought that I was going to, like, go crazy and die because I was still, like, asleep and I just couldn't stop laughing. It's a long story.
Yep. Okay.
It's good podcasting. I don't know why I just thought of that.
Great podcast.
Okay.
I don't know either.
We have to make this happen because you got Die Hard on DVD. Oh, okay.
I think I have the entire like Die Hard quadrilogy.
I heard
thing.
that they're not all as good as the first one.
The only one that I really care about is the first one, but like it was the situation where the 4 movies on Blu-ray was like $18 and Die Hard the Blu-ray was like $12.
Yeah, come on.
So I'm just like, all right. I know
So
the fourth one with like Justin Long and Bruce Willis is like pretty okay. So
I
I'm
heard
like,
the fourth
okay,
one is
this
like
is fine.
The fourth one is like kind of poking fun at the series in a way. Like it's
Totally.
intentionally like an exaggerated one of those. It's like it's more self-aware, is what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
And so either you reject it because it's trying too hard, or you say like, no, I acknowledge that Die Hard 1 was a stupid one of those, and so is this, and I love it.
Yeah.
So we'll start with 1. Record the official Bear vs. Man Christmas time. We should just play like faintly in the background, just like royalty-free Christmas music too, just so everyone knows.
Is there such a thing as royalty-free Christmas music?
Most def, dude.
Okay, all right.
Or like
I'm
Christmas,
down.
like Jingle Bells MIDI. Like we'll find something.
That sounds pretty fucking legit.
Like faintly, like yeah, and you got like some of that legit, like that leet Adobe audio software now. Like, man, you got this going. I'm really ready for Christmas now. All of a sudden,
I'm hyped for
I got
drinking
my
beer and
like,
watching
we got
Die
Christmas
Hard.
We got Christmas decorations in the apartment. I got Christmas gifts all bought for people. Got plans for Die Hard Christmas.
Yeah,
I'm like kind of hype right now for Christmas.
Christmas is happening, dog.
I can't believe I feel like this year is 2015 has been like a blur to me. I feel like it was just yesterday that the 2015 Game of the Year Honey Pop was coming out.
Hey, you better stop that.
Yeah, you're right. That's spoilers for our Game of the Year podcast in January.
Motherfucker.
That it's the official Bear vs. Man Game of the Year Honey Pop.
No, we all know what it is, and I won't spoil it.
Yeah, we
class.
do know what it is.
We both know what it is.
Do we have an official runner-up?
Nope, not yet.
Let me see what you claim the runner-up is. Hold on. You have a list in our doc here. Let me see.
We do. That's true.
My lick is my lick. My list here is just lulzy. It's not actually accurate.
Mine is,
But,
I believe, finalized with the exception of the
we don't
10th
agree
slot.
on that.
Oh, okay.
But we'll talk about that.
Yes, we
We'll
will.
talk
We
about
will
that
have a
Well, but there's also that particular subject happened in recently, and it'll come up in the next officially numbered podcast. Which, never mind. I dated this by accident. Never mind. Forget I said anything. We'll get the game of the year stuff later. But I have a lot of games I still need to play. For real.
Also, same.
What do you still have to play?
I want to play Xenoblade Chronicles X, which I bought but I haven't played.
All right, so what? And then that's it. That's all you get for the rest of the year. Like that's the only game you'll play.
Probably,
it's like an
realistically,
80-hour RPG.
Yeah.
I hope you have room on your Wii U for the geography pack and the character pack and the scenario pack and the optional missions pack. It's like a total of 12 gigabytes.
I do. I have a external hard drive hooked up to my Wii U, so I'm all set. Yeah,
it's the 3.0 or is it fucking?
I don't think.
Okay, so what other game you think you can play, even though you don't have time because you're playing Xenoblade Chronicles X?
I have a passive interest in Just Cause 3.
Oh man, so.
And
maybe I was going to talk about this on an actual podcast, but Just Cause 3 is a game that came out recently that I'm looking at and being that looks like fun, and Just Cause 2 is fun, but for some reason I don't care about that game.
I didn't play enough of or care about Just Cause 2.
Just Cause games are I don't even think of them as games. They're just silly things,
that you just do shit in.
Does that make any sense? I don't have any interest in playing that as a game. There's so many real games I want to play. So my short list of games I need to play. I still need to play Undertale. That's number one game I still need to play.
You gotta play.
I need to play Soma, and I also need to play Cybele, which is a game that came out not too long ago. That's one of those weird indie personal game things that I know you love, but
I don't.
You don't dislike them. I would say, if you found out that Undertale was actually a personal game that Toby Fox made, you wouldn't dislike it all of a sudden. But
hey, Nick.
What?
What have you heard of Noct?
Noct?
Yeah, NOCT.
Is that the spoopy kind of top-down shooter?
Yes.
I've heard of it.
I want to play that game.
Do it. Do it.
That's
my Kiefer Sutherland.
I don't own it, and it's also early access, so I guess it doesn't count.
Oh, it doesn't count. We'll evaluate that next year. Also, I need to play a game that it came out whatever. That I'm dating this further by mentioning this. William Poe, the guy, the designer for the Stanley Parable. He created a game studio called Crows with Grant Kirkhope. He released his first game. It's a free game that lasts for 15 minutes. And
I
don't remember what it's called. It's an outrageous name.
I
think it's a proof of concept thing to say hey, we can make games. The next one we're going to make is going to cost money. You know what I mean? It's called Dr. Languskov, the Tiger and the Terribly Cursed Emerald, a Whirlwind Heist.
Wow, that sounds,
It supposedly lasts for 15 minutes.
Okay.
And when I heard that, so my reaction is when I heard that game came out, I was like, shit, another game I have to play before the end of the year. And then I heard it was 15 minutes, and I was like, dope. It's only 15 minutes. I want to play that shit. So we'll see how that goes. That'll be a quick one.
Okay.
And I can kind of evaluate that. I'm sure it won't stack up against... honestly, I'm most excited about comparing it to The Beginner's Guide. Because
I didn't play that game.
Beginner's Guide is a game that I played this year that I gave a shit about, I guess, but
You wrote a lengthy piece.
I did, but honestly, it's not going to be anywhere near my top 10 of the games of the year list. And I have
Yes.
some smaller indie games or personal games and things like that, like on that list or potentially on that list, but that one's just. And even there's some games that I know aren't going to be my list, but I still feel the need to mention.
Sure.
And that one's not going to be there.
Yeah, I'm struggling to
it was
finalize a top 10 because of that specific reason.
It was an interesting thing, but it's just not going to be there, bro. It was like a thing. Like, it was a game that came out this year that I thought was interesting, and I'm glad it came out. But it's not going to be there, bro.
Sure. Yeah. That's okay.
We're going to get it. This is stuff for like mid-January, because I don't know about you, but I'm planning on getting stuff around Christmas time. Like The Witcher 3. Oh, right. I'll be honest with you. I'm planning to get The Witcher 3 for Christmas, but I'm not remotely even going to be able to get into that game before January when we talk about Game of the Year.
You won't. Yeah.
And you're just going to have to be okay with that.
I guess it's going to be at least in like my top 5.
That's fine. You're also going to have Rocket League in your top 5, and at mine's that's not going to be anywhere on mine. So
that's true. Yeah. Oh, fuck the spoilers, dog.
You know what? That's fine. Because we're not interested in finding the Game of the Year as far as Bear vs. Man is concerned.
Yeah.
We're just talking about like games that were really important to us, or that we thought were really good, or are going to leave like people are going to look back at 2015 and be like, holy shit, remember 2015? It was the year of blank. That's more what I'm interested in finding out about. Like, I don't...
Totally.
Bear vs. Man is not an organization that we have, like, a hive mind, like, unified opinion on anything. That's the last of the things that I want for our brand.
No, because we over the course of a year, will play 20 different games.
Yep.
And have 2 different top 10s where there's very little crossover.
I think it's something that's actually to our advantage is the fact that we have 2 distinct voices.
Yes.
As opposed to a corporation of, like, a lot of people who are maybe vaguely samey. You know, I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I can see that for us.
It's
for
like
sure.
You look at, like, I remember a couple years ago. So it was like my sophomore year of college. I was way into. I didn't have any consoles with me at school. I had my laptop. I was way into like indie PC games I could run on my laptop and like WoW and stuff like that. And so I saw like my friend was getting a Game Informer magazine at the time, my roommate, and I just like picked it up one day, and it was their December issue. I saw their Game of the Year list, and they listed it by editor, and it was just all the same AAA bullshit, and I was like so pissed off.
Yeah, like every single outlet's Game of the Year list is going to have a top 5 that has Witcher 3, MGS 5, probably.
Bloodborne's probably going to be near the top.
Bloodborne's probably in there for a lot of people.
Mario Maker is going to be up there, which it deserves to be. It's good, but still, like
Super Mario Maker didn't even make my top 10, bitch.
Oh shit! I don't think it made mine either, but it's real good, you guys.
Despite my dislike for Mario, I will not say that it's a bad game or doesn't deserve any of the credit that it's gonna get this year.
We had that podcast and you went on there and you said, I don't like Super Mario Maker, I'd be like, all right, well, you're wrong, but you're allowed to say that. If you said it's a bad game, I'd be like, you shut your fucking mouth. That's a great game.
This is one of the few instances where I won't say something is bad just because I don't particularly like it.
Yeah, no, even you cannot even say that.
I cannot say with any confidence that Super Mario Maker is a bad game. Despite how I'm just like, okay, it's Mario and you make it.
Like, I also like Downwell. I don't think it's gonna make my top 10, but it's like
I like Downwell.
It's really, really good. What were we talking about before we started talking about Super Mario Maker?
Bullshit fucking.
What happens when we drink and podcast? It's awful.
It's bullshit fucking big outlets and
Oh, yeah.
their
So I
garbage.
looked at, this was 4 or 5 years ago at this point. I
Yeah.
looked at this list of, all the games, just all, all their top 10, everyone shared at least 7 games with another list. And none of it was, all the small games that came out that year got totally snubbed. And that was all I was into at the time, so I got, really ticked off
fucking
at it.
heated.
Yeah, I just really was I'm really angry with the mainstream media, and I kind of I've come around on that since then. I get it a little bit more. Because a lot of my favorite games this year and also last year they're big games. That money that they spend on games doesn't just go into graphics and all the superficial stuff, marketing and graphics and things like that. They spend money on gameplay too. They spend money on getting good writers for that stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of time spent on just fine detailing polish.
That's why it costs millions of dollars to make those games. My game of the year last year, I can't remember. It was either Shadow of Mordor or Far Cry 4. Both of those games are super high budget, but
Oh yeah,
really, really good and fun. Really, really fun. And some of those games made by smaller teams are also good, and they're profound, and they're fun to play, but it's not the same. And I do have a little bit of a mix going on this year. I think that Her Story is going to end up in my top 10 one way or another, because that was such a profound storytelling experience.
Yeah, totally.
I think it's a mix, and I'm starting. It's been 5 years since then. I'm starting to lean kind of that mainstream Game Informer top 10 AAA sort of way now. And
yeah,
although I'm gonna be concerned if I play Undertale and I really like it, shit, I don't know where to put it. I don't know where it's gonna fit on my list because my list is pretty full.
I like Undertale a lot.
Did Lisa come out this year?
Lisa came out last year.
Oh, thank God! I was gonna make you play it if it had come out this year. I really want you to play that game because it's Earthbound. It's your favorite genre.
Earthbound my favorite genre. It's best one.
My favorite genre is a puzzle quest. Two of my favorite genre will never exist again. Ryan, I need to take a break.
I do too.
Okay, that's good. We're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about not video games.
Oh, what?
Because we talked about a bunch of video games so far.
All right.
Well, maybe. You know what? There's no rules here. We'll figure it out.
There might be rules.
Be right back. Oh, word.
He's good.
Oh, we back.
He's good.
I wanted to talk to you about something.
What is it?
Not too long ago, it was a Monday night, and you asked me if I wanted to play Heroes of the Storm. And
I often do.
And I wish you did it more often because I sometimes have to work later. I'm busy or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
And I love Heroes of the Storm so much.
Yes.
And then not too long after that, you texted me and you said, "Never mind, you're probably watching John Cena lick some other guy's butthole." I'm paraphrasing, but it's pretty much what you said.
No, I think that's verbatim what I said to you.
And I want to say that I just think that that's kind of rude. Because first of all, I want you to know that ever since right before Thanksgiving, John Cena's been taking a break. He hasn't even been wrestling. Because wrestlers take vacations.
It's probably the best thing I've ever said to you.
It's pretty funny. But I also want you to know, I don't like you being mean and reductive towards, the thing that I choose to, spend my Monday nights doing.
But, Nick, I'm mean and reductive.
Okay, well, maybe I can be really introductive too, and
Okay,
I can tell you
do
that.
it.
I can tell you that on Monday nights you like to dress up like a wizard and pretend that you're playing Dungeons and Dragons with a bunch of weirdos in your basement.
That's not true. We do it in my dining room table.
Okay, that's a technicality. That's like saying, like, no, actually, I've been watching John Cena lick a girl's butthole. Like, that's just still... That's just a technicality.
Can I tell you a story about John Cena's butt?
Please do. Are you telling me a story about how he was in that Amy Schumer movie where he, like,
I was going to tell you how I watched that movie, and fucking... It's
and he was
just
like, I will lick you! I will lick your ass! And he's like,
There's
what?
a scene where John Cena's totally banging Amy Schumer, and you could just like see his entire butt.
Was it nice?
He has a huge ass.
All right, well then it's nice. I like big butts.
It's like he has an enormous butt, and I don't know anything about like attractive qualities in a dude's butt, and I don't know if that's one of them. But if that's what you're into, ladies, John Cena got a huge butt.
I think men asses are supposed to be, like, tight. Like,
I don't know.
tight.
I have no clue.
Flat.
I have no idea. John Cena got a huge butt. You heard it here first. Or not.
Where'd I put my water, bro?
It's in your beer.
No, I'm not even drinking beer. I switched to my wine.
Oh, sangria. Holy shit.
Shit, I need that water so I can continue to be hydrated and not die. Well, okay, listen. I'm going to find the water. Don't you worry about that. Oh, I see it. It's over there. I just can't reach it. Listen.
Yes.
I don't like you talking down to how I like to spend my Monday nights when you're over there like, I want to roll initiative. Crit.
I rolled a 20. I got a crit. Yeah, alright, I understand.
And your GM is like, you have quickly ousted the goblin. He is defeated. You get 18 gold.
Yeah, but
okay.
John Cena likes to lick butts.
I don't know if that's not true. I'm not going to say that's not
don't.
true. I don't know. I don't know John Cena. I don't know if
John
that's not
Cena
true.
could like
Listen,
to eat
John
eat
Cena's
ass.
been wrestling for a long time. I don't know. He might retire soon. But he might pursue he might pursue like actual movie stuff, like acting things.
I mean, he was actually decent in that Amy Schumer movie as a guy who is probably pretty close to John Cena.
He's you know, as a wrestler, obviously they're athletes to a certain extent. Not in this, not in the same way that football players or baseball, like, they're playing a sport, they're playing a game that they have to be good at. It's a performance art that requires you to be very fit. But it's a performance at the end of the day. So you look at like some of the greatest wrestlers of all time. First person that comes to mind is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who I believe genuinely is a true triple threat.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is probably the greatest success story to come out of wrestling.
He's an actor.
That came out of wrestling.
He is an actor, he is an athlete, and he is... I don't even know what the third thing he is, but he is...
He's a dope Samoan.
He's a weightlifter, he's a comedian, he's a Samoan. Like, he's... you know who else I think is a legit triple threat?
Taylor Swift?
Also, The Rock is a humanitarian, apparently. No, Taylor Swift is not a humanitarian. I mean, a triple threat. Jack Black is a triple threat. He's an actor, he's a comedian,
Black might be a triple
and
threat.
he's a musician. For real.
That's true.
But
That's
The
true.
Rock is potentially one of the greatest performers of all time in any medium.
Yeah, okay.
Potentially.
I like The Rock.
Also, when I think of that, I think of Gary Oldman's acting abilities. If you ever seen more than one movie with Gary Oldman in it, it's ridiculous. Like, have you seen him in... You ever seen The Fifth Element?
No.
Good movie. Have you seen Leon the Professional?
No.
Have you ever seen the Harry Potter films?
Probably.
Okay, well, in all three of those movies, Gary Oldman plays a very, very different character, and he fucking kills it in every single one. He's incredible.
If you've ever seen a bunch of Gary Oldman movies, you were probably confused as to which guy Gary Oldman is.
Yeah, pretty much. You should see a picture of him, the character he plays in the Fifth Element. You wouldn't be able to pick him out of a lineup versus him as Sirius Black. That guy was
Sirius Black. I forgot.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, right. Just like how Alan, what's his name, was Sirius Snape. Who I think he's also like the bad guy in Die Hard.
Oh, he might be. I don't remember.
I think I may have just totally made a weird, like, Freudian slip, bad analogy thing. But, like,
you might have.
Don't talk shit about John Cena, is what I'm saying, basically.
I'm just saying, he might have licked some dude's butt.
He might have, but we can't judge him for that.
You might be watching it. Just saying.
Maybe. I just think, okay, so, like, I just think wrestling is, like, a dumb, fun thing.
Hey, man, if you like it, that's okay.
Well,
you have my permission to like it.
I don't know, based on how often you judge me for watching wrestling, I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, I'm very judgmental.
I've noticed that. But yeah. I feel like it's fine. Like, Mondays, I never assume we're going to play HOTS because it's D&D night. Like, I didn't think it was a big fucking deal. And then, like, I don't know, D&D night gets canceled, and all of a sudden, I'm an asshole because I'm watching wrestling.
Yeah, you should always be perpetually available. Didn't you know that?
I do what I can, but sometimes I'm working, I'm drinking, I'm sleeping, I'm watching wrestling. You know how it is.
I get you.
But
I'm saying, John Cena,
if I'm not doing anything, like, I'm always down to play some effing HOTS.
Effing HOTS.
I'm so glad that they named their game so that it abbreviated to be also the name of a condiment that you put on an Italian-style sandwich.
Yeah, that's hilarious. And they also named two games that.
Yeah, what the heck? Like, what? Because they also have StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm.
StarCraft 2, Heroes of the Swarm.
Heroes of the Swarm. Heart of the Storm. And
I just sent John Cena a tweet that says, "Do you like to lick butts?"
Oh, come on, man. Actually, I joked before about dating this podcast. That dated it way more than that.
Yeah, probably.
If someone wanted to do their research, never mind. Don't do it.
You'd have to. Hey, if you follow me on Twitter, you can figure out when we record this podcast / when I'm Ryan fucked up.
M08. I don't know.
No, 3890, motherfucker. Ain't no more my Twitter handle, bitch. Shit.
I don't know. There's numbers at the end. I don't know numbers. My number's in the middle.
Motherfucking.
I charge my phone.
Shit. Yeah.
What do I do? I don't like putting numbers at the end of my screen names. I won't do it.
Well, that's okay.
If the name I want is taken, I'm not going to put a number at the end. I'm just going to pick a new name. That's not weird, right?
No, you're probably okay.
Or like my WoW characters are all named hilariously like random kind of in lore sounding things as opposed to like 420 Blaze It, like
420 Blaze It,
you know, like screen name sounding things.
Mm-hmm.
So like the first character I ever made, which was my first level 80. Yeah, because I've got a max level character the first time in Wrath of the Lich King. My orc warrior named Lurd. That's my dude. Yep. That's a great name.
Lurd is a good name, dude.
It's a good name for an orc. No,
yep.
That's why I like. It's one of the reasons why I like playing Horde. Is because I can name them. Like, it's like a horde character in the game. Like an orc in Orgrimmar will have like a great like orc name. Then you go to Stormwind and you're like, oh hey, human meat merchant guy. His name's like his name is Robert Paulson. Like, his name is just like some normal ass human name, and I'm like, that's boring.
Yes.
And that is maybe my main complaint with the Alliance. Mm-hmm. That's like a really bad reason not to like the Alliance, but like, I don't know, man. Like, Lurd.
Lurd's a cool dude.
Lurd's all right, man. I don't give as much. He's at level 100. Like, I don't give as much attention as he probably deserves because I've moved on and replaced him as my main. But I love Lurd.
Can I tell you about this Kickstarter that I just looked at right now?
Yeah, sure. Let's talk about this Kickstarter. Although I want to say one thing about WoW before we change subjects, is that I made a troll druid.
Yep.
And apparently, I accidentally named him the same name as like a running back on the Patriots. And it's spelled differently, but their name is both Donta. And I'm like, I'm sorry, my troll druid is playing for the New England Oh, cool. Dope.
All right, sick. Whatever.
Dope. Okay, Kickstarter.
All right, so where did I just see this? Where was I? It's on the internet.
Is it for a sous vide machine?
No, it's for it's something called Pixel Vision, which they describe
I already
as
don't like it.
the handmade portable game system. Okay?
Okay, I don't understand.
So is
it artisanal?
Yeah, very.
Oh, that's not a good thing.
It's a thing modeled after like a GBA SP that has a Raspberry Pi in it. That has a bunch of emulators installed on it. Basically,
emulators.
Emulators, you know. It's like emulators, but emulators.
I got you.
And it's got a screen in it, and you can put a bunch of fucking ROMs on it and play games. And how much do you think it costs?
The Raspberry Pi and a screen and some buttons. And software.
It's a handcrafted wooden shell.
Okay, so it's not just a modified Game Boy Advance SP.
No, they build a thing and they put a Raspberry Pi and some other stuff.
All right, so Raspberry Pis cost like legit $5 to $20.
I think,
depending on if they're not on sale or not.
I think a base price for Raspberry Pi is about $30. I think I could be making that up.
How many bucks?
30.
Because over like Thanksgiving, they were selling them for legitimately $5.
I want to buy one, if only to figure out how to make a Hugo robot. But anyway.
God damn it, you're so obsessed with Hugo.
Nick, how fucking dope would it be on our next live stream if I had a Hugo robot that was a bear?
Moderately dope.
Tweets aloud. That would be fucking so sick.
You'd be the only one tweeting at it the entire time.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah.
I can get... So the Raspberry... Okay, ready? The Raspberry Pi A Plus model in this thing costs $24.95.
Well, that's because you're paying, like, retail price for that shit. Like I said, over Thanksgiving, they were, like, legitimately $5 for, like, Black Friday or something. Okay, so $5 to $30. Either way, I'm going to guess that they want, like, $250 for this thing.
What if I told you they wanted more than that?
And I would tell them to get the fuck out of my face.
What if I told you it was $461?
I would tell them that of all the things that I want in this world, like, for that amount of money, I could either... you could buy a console.
Yep.
Or you could, like, upgrade your graphics card and your RAM and buy a new keyboard. Like, I don't like so much better use for that. Fuck off. That's what I'd say. I'd say fuck off.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's offensive to me. $460?
Yeah, dude.
You say they were kickstarting this?
Yeah, they've exceeded their goal by about 20 grand.
And you have to have backed it for $450 to have gotten it as part of your rewards.
Yeah, so there's like 2 tiers. It's the first run and the second run.
And what's the actual tier like cost to get one?
$461.
Fuck off. So that means the retail price could be even higher than that. How many people have subscribed to that tier?
It looks like 108 people have subscribed to that tier.
Okay, that's the grand scheme of things. Not that many people. That makes you feel a little bit more at ease. But still, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah. I want a Hugo. How do I?
So what? I didn't even get all the details. So like the emulator, the Raspberry Pi runs like, what kind of emulators are we talking about here?
Well, I'm assuming it runs on some kind of like Android front loader thing that then like puts through fucking, emulators.
Yep, emulators. Are you talking about like
Emulators.
SNES, Genesis, like Minions? Like,
So it only has 2 buttons, so it can't do anything with more than 2 buttons.
fuck off right now. So you can do
Yes.
NES.
Here we go. Ready?
Game Boy
Atari
Advance.
800, Atari 2600,
Fuck off,
Atari
fuck off.
5200,
Fuck
Atari
off.
7800,
Fuck off.
Game Boy Color,
Okay,
Game
maybe.
Boy Advance,
Yes. Yes.
Nintendo,
Maybe.
Sega Master System,
Really?
Game Gear, Intellivision, ZX Spectrum.
No.
Boom.
That's it?
Yep.
500.
You know what? Buy a custom, like, fucking
I don't even
old-ass PSP.
Yes.
Hack the shit out of it. Same thing.
And this $500 shitty piece of shit came and play Persona 3 Portable, which is the best PSP game.
Boom. That is factually accurate.
Can we, as an editorial voice, even though
Yep.
I just talked about how I don't think we need to agree as an editorial voice on anything, can we agree as an editorial voice that P3P is the best PSP game?
Done.
Done.
Put it in the books. You
I
heard it
think-
here first.
Dissidia Final Fantasy and its sequel are also very, very good, but P3P is objectively the best.
P3P is the best
They added a whole other story
PlayStation Portable game.
where you can have simulated sex with the male characters in the game. Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. Even the one that dies.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. That's a dead.
But
There's a dead dude.
Do you care about Persona 3, or do you just not? You think it's cool?
I like-
You're like, yeah, that's a cool predecessor to Persona 4.
I like Persona 3. I prefer Persona 4.
Same. But like at the same, but you like appreciate Persona 3, and you understand it and its story and everything.
Yeah, I I have a liking for Persona 3. And I have like a fondness for some of its characters, and I like what it's doing.
Agree. I like the story in Persona 3 is a little bit more mature.
Yes. Yep.
But also in some ways I like Persona 4 more because it's a little bit it's about murder, but it's a little more lighthearted in a lot of ways.
I like Persona 4 because it feels a little bit more like a more polished product, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, after a couple of years in development, yeah, that'll happen. But like, it's okay. So like, Persona 3, some of my favorite. If I look back at both of those games, I looked at like my favorite social links from them. I'd probably say more of them are from 3 than 4. Like,
I vastly prefer Persona 3 social links.
Yeah, like the individual like character, like the social links in it.
Yes.
Yeah, like the hermit story in Persona 3, the online game you played with your teacher, was like
that's great.
That's great.
Awesome.
And the son in Persona 3, the dying young man, dude, like fucking one manly tear rolling down my cheek, like so good. But I mean, not to say that they're like Persona 4 is devoid of it, but like, you know, like the Persona, like the link you had with Yosuke was not that good. You know,
it's fucking trash. It's fucking
like,
trash.
It's just not. Some of the stuff, like, you know, like the stuff with Kenji and the stuff with Nanako, and like some of the stuff was and the chariot one, the one you had with like the guy on your sports team, that was fun.
Yes,
like that was good.
Yes.
And you know, and my official video game waifu is in Persona 4, as is yours.
Yeah, this is accurate.
But that being said, that social link, you know, the social links are good, but like I think Persona 3 is a little bit more deep, a little more mature. But Persona 4 is overall a better game. And I love Persona 4. Like this, I'd say ultimately the main story winds up being better. I remember playing that game and getting to the Heaven dungeon. Did you beat that game?
Which one? Persona 3?
4.
I beat both, so
okay.
I guess it's okay.
Dope. I got to I was like playing Persona 4 and just like, oh, you know, let's play a couple hours before bed or whatever. And I got to the Heaven dungeon, and I was just like, well, sleep's not happening tonight. I was like, I will not sleep until this dungeon is complete because of the...
I think the exact same thing happened to me.
Because of the parameters, or the situation that was involved in that, and if you played the game, you know, I refuse to spoil it. Even though I had the ultimate ending of that game spoiled for me.
I did too.
Before I played it, I wanted to play it because I wanted to see A, if it was true, and B, how it was true. And I played the whole game going because I knew who the murderer was. And so I played the whole game being like seeing him being normal and being like, I see you doing that. And like being like, that's interesting.
I see you doing that. Fucking stop it.
But like when I got to that dungeon, when I got to Heaven, I was just like, nope, that's not... Sleep does not exist right now. Like, nothing matters except for completing this dungeon because I need to.
Yeah,
I think do this.
You told me that because I think you beat this game before I did, and I was like,
most F.
I mean, you were like, so you're gonna get to Heaven, and you're gonna not want to go to bed until you beat that dungeon, and I'm like, no, video games don't have a hold on me like that, dog. I'm my own man.
Dude, those games more than any game, like. If you allow yourself to become emotionally invested in those games, they will take you over and dominate your like that game in particular, way more than 3 in my opinion.
Yeah,
just grabs you by the emotions. They're just like, you will pay attention to this. And that that whole game is just crazy. Like the music in those games, like,
Oh, dude.
the music in those games, bro. Like, when I heard some music before I played the actual game. I heard the dungeon music for Heaven, and I was like, that doesn't sound like dungeon music. But it's literally just the music that plays like as you're walking around the floor of the dungeon.
Yep.
And it's
That
not
shit
even,
makes me feel stuff.
it's inappropriate.
Though.
I love that song. Legitimately love that song.
Yeah.
And it's not even like appropriate to have that as like the dungeon music, like the walking around music in your dungeon. It's not even like cool.
It's so good, though.
It's so, as a piece of music, like, it's so good and addictive, and like it's burned in my memory because of how much I heard it given the circumstances of the story of that game.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was feeling emotions because of what the story was telling me to feel, and then I was hearing that music, and then it just got burned into like my deep part of my brain.
Yeah.
And oh my god, that game is so good.
Persona 4 is so tight. So tight.
I wish I had a Persona. I wish I had a Persona Vita, a PlayStation Vita. So I
No,
could
it's a
play the
Persona
Vita
Vita.
version. But the memory card. Ugh.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Nick, you should just buy a PlayStation Vita TV.
I also
You should
want to
just-
say that Persona 4 is a PS2 classic on PS3.
It's on. I think it is.
I think both of them are. God,
I mean,
those games
realistic-
are so. Ryan,
Yes.
Persona 5 is coming out next year.
Remember when Persona 5 was supposed to come out this year?
I
And
don't
then
even
it fucking
care anymore.
didn't?
I don't even care.
Yeah, no, I got over it.
The only problem is that
but-
there's no way it's going to live up to the hype. Like
no.
Persona 3 and Persona 4 are so good.
Oh, dude.
Shit.
Fuck. Persona 5.
It's going to be, I mean, like,
Have I ever told you my deep dark secret about the
have you ever told the entire internet about your deep dark secret?
my deep dark secret about how I feel about the dungeon music in Risei's section of the game?
No?
That song gives me a boner like every time I listen to it.
Acceptable. Well, her dungeon is a strip club.
I know, but like I feel like that like weird like fucking
The whole soundtrack is so good.
fucking tight.
You know what-
No, that fucking like that ASMR shit that goes on during that thing.
In fact, that's a very good description of what happens in that.
It gives me like the tiniest little boner, and I'm like, why are you doing this, me video game? Why you gotta do this?
And you ever seen that picture of the drawing, just like why boner, and
Yeah, it's
and
that.
like a word bubble
It's
coming
that
from
fucking
your
picture.
crotch. It just says because.
It's that. It's that.
Right. Okay. I understand.
Stop it, boner.
I
and
will
it just
not.
says
I
no.
won't. Why boner? I will not judge you for that. Because the music. That guy. That dude Shoji Meguro. That guy.
Fucking good,
He
man.
gets.
He's
He
fucking
gets
so good.
music. It's like Persona 3's got that weird hip hop thing going on. That's like
Yeah, that's true.
weird
I
and like not necessarily like 100% authentic or genuine, but just like so good.
I think what sucks about P3P is that the
Yes.
girl story battle music is not as good as the boy story battle music.
Have you heard the Persona 3 FES soundtrack? Like the expansion they added to the game. You know what I'm talking about when I say FES? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the after story that starts with Aegis that I never played.
Yeah, I didn't play it either, but like the soundtrack is maybe even better than the original one.
Yeah.
In particular, there's a couple songs that really stick out, and then some of them got added in as like alternate whatchamacallit, you know how you can press like square and select the music you listen to?
Yeah.
Some of that music is actually technically from P3P, like it got added, or not P3P, P3 Fest.
Yeah.
But some of the music in P3P is like way better. But the battle music debatable, up for debate, which one's better. However, did you ever play Catherine?
I did, yeah.
Because the music in that game
Very
is
good.
so good.
Very good.
Catherine was just like, hey guys, let's make a Persona game with a bunch of people and really good music, and like it's like a really good like 3D anime story, and we're just not going to put an RPG in there. And we're like, no, just put an RPG in there. I seriously, for the longest time, I just want Persona 5 to just be like the Catherine engine, but with different characters and like an RPG system, and that game would have been perfect.
Oh yeah,
The
definitely.
music in that game is great. Like the characters are so good. It looks so good.
Yep.
Dude.
I remember when Catherine first came out, and I was just like,
You see like early screenshots, and you're like, Persona 5? Yeah, like.
Yeah. I think that happened. Like, I think they like teased that game in such a fashion that a lot of people on the internet like, whoa, is this Persona 5, dude?
Plus, the main character from Catherine is in P3P. You go to the bar
Really?
at night in Itadaki Station or whatever. You know, well, I can't remember what it's called. But you go to like the bar where you meet the monk who is the.
Oh, you're right.
You literally,
I remember
like,
that.
Vincent is in the bar, and he's just like, I keep having these fucking weird dreams or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is just, like, Atlas marketing to itself, but, like, at the same time,
It's fucking sick.
it's great. And I was just like, Persona 5, though.
Persona. I'm really looking forward to the day next year where Persona 5 is my game of the year.
The day.
That's how hype. That's how hype I am for Persona 5.
I'm so hyped for Persona 5 that I try to not think about Persona 5.
Yeah. No. Same.
Because if I think about it
Definitely
too,
same.
like, I'm trying to live in now right now, because it's getting towards the end of the year, trying to wrap up 2015, play some games, play Soma, Undertale, all the other stuff I mentioned before,
Yep.
and then like at a certain point, and then I got Dark Souls to look forward to. And then
Dark Souls 3.
after Dark Souls 3 comes out and I spend like a month like obsessing about it, I'm probably, unless something else happens, I'm probably going to go into full Persona hype mode.
Oh, dude. Yeah. That's probably what's
only-
gonna happen to me.
The only thing I'm concerned about is, like we've discussed this at length on this podcast, is that we are grown-ass men, and we're not as into JRPGs as we used to be, because we don't have the time.
I don't know. I just bought an 80-hour JRPG.
Which one?
Xenoblade Chronicles X. Dog.
Oh, yeah. Well, have fun. We'll see how far you get into that. I mean, I'm sure PS5.
15 hours, probably.
Persona 5 will probably be the exception. Like, if there's a 70-hour RPG that you and I will play, it'll be that game.
It'll be that.
I don't.
I
give a
mean,
shit about
realistically,
any Tales games anymore, but that game?
beat The Witcher 3, and I got like 35 hours into MGS 5. So clearly, like, I'm capable
I played
of putting hours into games.
I played Fallout 4 for 60+ hours.
See, you can do it too.
All right, so we just need to find a game that we care about.
Persona 5.
Oh God, I hope. I'm
Dude.
gonna keep the hype to a minimum, because then I can't be disappointed.
Yeah.
That being
okay.
said, super fucking excited. Super.
Oh,
hyped.
dude, I can't even fucking wait.
Hold on, no.
Oh my
just
god.
Calm down. We good. And I think
Hey,
that
you know
it's
what,
time-
though?
What?
I was just gonna say it's probably time to like get moving.
Yeah, let's break here, and
Yep.
then I think it's time to roll into some viewer questions, some listener questions, some emails, some thoughts, some comments, questions at bearversusman.com.
Questions at bearversusman.com.
So if you
Remember all of those times we asked you for emails? Well, here they are.
Thanks, guys. We're going to get to that in just one moment. In the meantime, I love you.
In the meantime. Oh.
Not you.
I love you.
Everyone. I love you too, but I just meant everyone.
Ooh. Oh, well,
people who sent an email, people who didn't send an email, people who thought about sending an email. We're gonna break here because if this is the first part of the week that you're listening to this, then maybe you're gonna have to wait a couple of days for the question part. But it's gonna be worth it. So you should check back in a couple of days, check the feed.
Yeah.
But if not, we love you, and we'll see you in the next real episode. All right. Well, we will talk to you guys soon.